Zdravím opět u hry Hellblade. No a jde se teda pokračovat v cestě do pekel. Tak. Vždycky tady nebude něco na zabání. Když tady by být nemělo nic, protože tady to je vlastně je tady, hele, dívej. Ale tady jsme byli, takže ale tak když už jsem tady pro sichr. Jo, takže. Opakování je matka moudrosti. Pěkný východ slunce.
When she was younger, she would lay in the grass and stare at the clouds. And then she saw them. Elusive.
Počkej, tak já vlastně teďka musím doběhnout. Jo, už k té bráně hlavní, že jo?
She could see the faces everywhere. The trees, the mountains, caves.
A běžím určitě blbě. Že jo?
Can you see the faces too? They're there. If you look for them. Senua. Mother.
Senua, you have the sight. Just like I do. Once you can see into the underworld and all the souls within it will see you. Don't be afraid when they speak to you. I will always be here to guide you.
Did you see her? That was her mother, Galina. She was a priestess, a healer. She taught Senua to see the weave that binds the world together. And it was beautiful. It was a time before the darkness. But when it did come, it first came for her mother.
Já tady jako nemůžu dolů?
Senua still sees her face from time to time, hidden in the world.
Jo, už jsou tady schody.
Like she's still watching over. She misses her so much.
No, já jsem zvědavý, kam běžím. Určitě běžím blbě. Ne, neběžím, tamhle vidím tu bránu. Tady to jsem rozsvítil. Jo. Ale když už jsem tady tak radši ještě zasoustředím. Jo. Už vidím světlo té brány.
bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim.
Why is she waiting? Open the gate. Open the gate. No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't open the gate. Don't. She's done it.
No a tady je tma jak... No.
It's so dark. It's dark. The dark. Only the dead may cross. Only the dead may cross into hell.
Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me.
Not you.
Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds? I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow. And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved.
Damien!
In this waking nightmare, where all dreams come true, you searched for control, a way to pull through. When you were in love, you left him in tears, to smother your furies and banish your fears. But in darkness they came, through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt by your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart.
No, tak ten hlas bručavej byl strašidelný. Byl hlas samotného satana.
The darkness touched you. Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes. A gaze averted from life. You ran from it but brought it nearer. Led it to him. An endless suffering worse than death. And you wanted to surrender. Abandon and to find peace with the gods. No. The darkness won't allow it. So you will walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war. This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
No, a jsme na mostě do Melheimu. No. A sakra Starku.
The gods made you a warrior for a reason. It's your calling. When there is a new road ahead.
Ještě není všechno.
Makes any sense.
Sakra, oni se nedají pořádně vykrývat. Jda, tak ten to dostali s kopačkou a šel. A ani štít mu nepomohl. No. A zase je počasí nepříznivý. A nemůžu si vzít štít? Ne. To bych měl asi moc jednoduchý.
Every gate you open into darkness brings another challenge.
Jo. No tady asi.
Get up quick! She's hurt. She's injured. She won't make it. Finish this.
Ty vole, jo. Sakra, fixem. Zmetek plechovej.
It's nearly over. Finish it.
No. Tak, jak schovala meč, tak už jsme v bezpečí. Tak. To nejde otevřít? Ne. A sakra, zase tady ty červený potvory. A tady máme ten, oné, pojď sem.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name, she will ask your lineage, she will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
Já si to asi jdu zase prošmejdit, jestli tady ještě není něco víc. Soustřeď se, na co? Co tady máme, na co bych se měl soustředit? Soustředíme se. Hele. Co to je? Počkej. Hezky. Hele, oni se mi postavili schody. No. To tu zase nebylo tak od věcí tady zaběhnout. Tady nic.
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours.
Hele, tady to by mohlo být ono, ne? A to by mi tady svítilo. Bude někde jinde, to by svítilo, kdyby to tady bylo. No ale víc X to asi nebude, nebo jo? Co? A může to být víc X? Nemůže, ne? Tak to mě teda poser nohy. Jsem ještě dál, nebo co? Proč to nejde? Aha, teď. Jsem byl moc daleko ještě od toho. Tak, tady mi svítí to S-ko. Takže tady dám. Tohle kliky hák. Hele, 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 hele. Hele, hele, hele. Co to vidíme oko? Může být tady? Jo? A co mi zbývá? Tady ten takovej ten výjimeček, nebo co to je? Tady. Skákat určitě nechci.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
No a tady někde bude tohle. No tak tohle bylo dobrý. Tak tady tenhle poslední ten nedal práci žádnou. Takhle by to mohlo jít dál furt. By mi vůbec nevadilo takhle. Takovýhle hledání těch. Jo, tak to jsou výška tady to. Ty tady byly dva dokonce, jo, ty. Aha. Jo, tady jsem koukal na na ty schody. No a počasí teda holce vůbec nepřeje teda, no. Fučí tady chcavec jako kjáva. Jako nikdo nejde? Nikdo nechce dostat do nás. Jo, ale už chce do nás vlastně.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
Ježišmarja, co to je? To je jaký hlavou, no.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up.
Tak pojď, já ti ukážu.
Get up. Get up and fight.
A? On mi to zlomil. Au. On mi ten lepkoun zlomil meč.
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares? Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on. There.
Why go on? When you give everything and face
Jako teďka nechápu, proč si chtěla vypálit díru do hlavy, ale...
to find that it is worse than you could have imagined. Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real. Listen to it.
Don't give up.
It's
Not like this.
It's not real. It's real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in yourself?
No, it's not. It's a trick. It's a trick. He's already dead. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Tilly.
Come to me. Please.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. It's in your mind. It's real. It's happening. Go towards it.
No, tak jdeme za světlem, no. Co to je ten vohníček? Nic. Ona se nevzala ani ten ten zbytek, ten úlomek. Tak když teďka budu bojovat, tak je co? Jako budu ukecávat, nebo? Moc se jí teda běhat nechce, ale já tady ještě takhle budu. Koukat po okolí. Vím, že nevykrvácí, že neumře. Ale nevyleze. Jo, vyleze. No, není to asi jednoduchý život. Mít takovej chaos v palici, takových hlasů. Každý říká něco jiného. By mi z toho brzo jeblo.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but
Oops.
not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
No, tady je.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind.
Jo, tam ta cesta doprava, to taky asi někam vedla, ne? Co?
The lone figure of a boy. Sword play under the shade of a tree.
Tady máme ty obě. Jo, cesta nahoru vedla tamhle k té bráně. Tak se podívám k té bráně a pak se podívám za tím světlem.
The gloom lifted. And for the first time in years she felt a ray of hope.
Senua, there will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted, like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean. But have the faith to let go and let the tide carry you away. Because the whole ocean is your home. It does not ask you to swim against it.
No, no. Tady se narazilo zas na tvář ty její maminky. Ale jak se dostanu nahoru, tam jak jsem původně chtěl, kdyby to bylo ještě o kousek dál. Ne, to už jsem úplně daleko. Takže tam je to zavřený. Tak jdeme za světlem. Jo, tak až tady je ta cesta k tomu, jak jsem původně chtěl.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
Tak, už domluvil, jo.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a serpent with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
Tak, taky domluvil a tady nic, žádný soustředění. A když to otevřu, to se dělá. Ne, takže to se mnou nemluví. No tak se ho vydám za světlem. Zase asi půjde tam do té pevnosti, ne? Nebo co to je? No ale když se ta Senua se mnou teda pěkně naťapká. Tak, tady zpátky už by nemělo být, ale tady ještě nějaká díra. Vejde se tam? Nevejde se tam. Ne. Žolka, proč my jedíme každý píč. Jo, tady máme další ten, o ne.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, He bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure blood.
Abych zase vyšel zpátky. To tady prakticky, když to takhle, tak se tady hledají akorát ty obelisky a ty obličeje ty matky, ne?
Watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with the sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. Luck is not on their side.
Já koukám, že ty segmenty jdou po pořadě, tak jsem tady tvá někde zapomněl. Já jsem tady někde nenašel. A tamhle je ten klučina s tím mečem. Takže doufám, jau, tak to bylo nepříjemný. Ale strom života.
It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same.
No, takhle by to vypadalo hned líp.
And dance with it, just like he does.
Tady kosáci kosají, tráva hezky voní.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one?
Well, I watched you, and...
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
Me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part who you are.
You killed him.
But her will changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy
They
you.
won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! Dillion? Is that you? I'll find you, Will. I promise.
No a jsme zase v realitě.
Can you see him? You want to believe it. Is he not real? Is he not? You're alone in these mountains. Is that Delia? Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by a tree.
Aha, tak tohle nedělá nic.
Maybe it's a sign of the tree. What's he trying to tell you? He's waiting for you by the tree.
Tohle taky nedělá nic. Je to jako fakt ten kámen nepřelezu. Musím fakt to takhle obejít, asi jo. Tohle dělá něco.
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall. The king burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out so that she may live and be honored.
Tohle nic.
She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, she says.
Ještě mluví nebo domluvil?
Strike
Ne,
vengeance
ještě
from her
mluví.
heart, Senua, as there is always a heavy price to pay.
Tak, teď domluvil. Už mi vykecal díru do hlavy, tak je klid. Tak, to je další.
And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood, Sigmund saw that he only had one eye. The man raised his spear, and Sigmund struck at it with his sword, but the sword shattered into pieces. Sigmund then knew that this was Odin, and thus that victory could not be his. He bowed his head and accepted his end. Dying, he tells his wife that she is with child, and that her son will one day make a great weapon out of the fragments of his sword. The sword named Gram.
No to vypadá, že dva jsem někde na tom začátku prostě nenašel. Málo jsem šmejdil, tohle nebude dělat nic. Ale když se podívá člověk na to vzorkování, tak to vypadá jako úlomky meče nebo něčeho takového. Jo, tady ještě vidím. Tady tohle ten určitě nic dělat nebude, ale tady ten jo. Aha, tady jsem byl. No tak zpátky, teta. Ale myslíš, že vyleze, když jsem tady skočila dolů, tak jo, hovno. Hovno, zlatá rybko. Jo, takže jo, no. Dolů skočí, ale nahoru už ani prd velebnosti. Tak si to zase oběhnu, no. Ve zdravém těle zdravý duch. Ne, meč mám tady, tak pojď. Můžu si tě vzít.
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gramr by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands, where you will face the trials.
Go to the shards. Go to the shard.
Go to the shards.
What's the shard? Find it.
It's the metal runestones.
It's in front of you.
Aha.
Find it.
No tak jako nebyl jsem daleko od toho, že jo? Tak jsou to přeci jenom úlomky meče.
Find the shards.
Takže to je jeden, druhý, třetí, 4 úlomky. Tady ten jsem zkouknul. Jo.
And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood, Sigmund saw that he...
There it is. Focus.
pohodlivě. 3 minuty.
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she?
It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes, and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
Tak, hlasy už si vykecali, takže já se tady opět rozloučím, ty hodinka už je zase v trapu, takže zase někdy příště, čus, blues, autobus.